No questions asked warranty on all knives and sheaths. If you break it, send it back and we'll replace it. Warranty is transferable. In other words, we warranty the knife no matter how many times it's been traded, sold, or given away. No sales receipt required. We do not guarantee against rust, normal wear and tear, or loss and theft. Yeah, that'd be pretty easy to say. I had a good knife and it got stolen.
Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Tactical Review. Blair here is kind of dumbfounded right now because I'm kind of turning him on to a new product. It's a Esee Izula. Now, it was originally my knife. I purchased it at a gun show in Indianapolis, and he's still mesmerized by the box itself. He hasn't even gotten into the knife. But the knife itself, the company, I should say, is a fantastic company. I can't speak enough good things about them, right? I ended up purchasing this knife and I loved it so much, but there was a small issue that I didn't like, so I ended up going with the Izula 2. But I know Blair, he carries a smaller knife anyway for regular use, which honestly, I figured if he was going to carry something that is that dinky, he needed to carry something that was going to be more utilitarian to the needs and usage of a knife. So whenever we talk about EDC knives, most people, they want to get a folder. Most people want to get
something like this little Smith & Wesson folder here.
So the way that I'm looking at this is like, I'm giving you this. With this in particular little knife, I used the crap out of it. Now, my only gripe about it was the handle being so short. Now, if you are using it as just a regular old wear and tear knife, then it's not a big deal to have a smaller knife.
Right.
But me, I work out here on this little farm, and I gotta have something that's going to stay sharp, stay reliable, and be on my person all the time.
Right.
We'll get to my knife in another video. So, but the Izula is a small knife, and it has the same blade length as the Izula 2. It does come with everything that's in there, including the stickers. I know how some of you people are like sticker whores, so by all means, friggin'.
Yeah.
Was that not right for me to call them sticker whores? Because I mean, I'm a sticker whore.
I started to say I think that's
accurate.
Based on the Palmetto State Armory user group on Facebook, I think that they'd do about anything for a sticker.
I would, because I every time I order something online, I'm actually talking to a company. Like, I'm asking, do I get a sticker with this? Like,
yeah,
for real.
Absolutely. You know, look, we sell stickers. We and a matter of fact, if you buy a T-shirt, you get a free sticker.
Free sticker. There you go.
Free stickers. And the thing is it doesn't cost much to give a free sticker. If I'm paying $800, $1,000, $1,800, $2,000, $4,000 for a gun,
give me a damn sticker.
Yeah, a 20-cent sticker is nothing.
So, what are your first impressions on the knife?
Well, it is wicked sharp. Obviously, the spine on it, I will see about putting a caliper on there, but at the thickest part, it looks like it's about 1/8 of an inch. So on a blade this size, I could probably about jam this to the hilt into a piece of lumber and then do pull-ups off of it.
One quick thing. So Esee, these are survival-based knives. Like, these are working knives. For the price that you pay for them, you are getting a hell of a piece of equipment. So the steel is tempered, and they use that in particular blade design. It's a drop point knife blade. Mm-hmm. And they do that because it has the most residual strength to where you're not going to break it. But as you read off in the warranty, that it is transferable. They don't care. They want to know what they did, what happened with that knife, so they can better improve the product.
Right.
There are other dudes out there on YouTube right now that are taking these knives and using them to split firewood.
I can see it. It's stout. Stout.
And
It's got nice knurling here on the back of the blade as a thumb index point. So realistically, if you all right, number one, don't get in a knife fight. Nobody wins in a knife fight.
nobody wins in a knife fight.
But if you found yourself where you had to be in a knife fight, don't get in a knife fight. You've got a really good index point, and it's fast. It's really fast. With a reverse grip, which is how I usually set up, it indexes well, and then the meat of your hand is against that, so it's not liable to be pulled out of your hand as I slip and slash my arteries.
Don't worry, I'm good in first aid. I got you.
We've got plenty of tourniquets around here.
Yeah, I got one right here.
I've got one right here. Yeah, just really impressive. And then to compare this to the CRKT Carbine that I usually carry, twice as much blade, a third more handle, and that has always been my complaint with the Carbine. It's wickedly sharp, but getting purchase on this, it's almost as much a danger to myself as it would be to anybody else.
So the intention of me giving you this knife is to replace 2 of the knives in your everyday carry. That is why I'm giving you this knife. Is because that little folding knife is fantastic, but this knife is going to do everything that folding knife will do, and that little pig sticker that you call a knife, and you're going to be a lot happier with it. So that's why I'm handing this one off to you.
Well, fantastic. I appreciate it. And
now it's a little dinged up, but I mean,
yeah.
It's been used. So
well, and Esee, I'm definitely excited, and just seeing everything that I am seeing in the box. I mean, what I was transfixed with at the beginning, because as Cody said, they are a survival-based company. So on the back of the package, just a ton of terrain reading and determining distance traveling, so on and so forth. Just really good survival stuff. And then in the box, they actually have a lot of that same information on an EDC card that you can throw in your wallet and just keep with you, so that if you're out and about, say you're slide off the road and you're just kind of in the middle of nowhere, you've got some short-term survival tips, so that you can live to fight another day.
the sheath leaves something to be desired, in my opinion.
But I see that a lot in the included sheath is utilitarian at best. So, but Esee is a big company in the space, so I'm sure that it doesn't take a lot to get a holster ready-made from somebody, or make one yourself. So not a big deal. But yeah, fantastic. I really appreciate the gift, the gesture.
Whenever I ended up going from, the Spyderco Ronin to the Esee, I was actually using this little, wasn't a Gerber. I can't remember what it was. It was this itty bitty like $15 knife to begin with from Amazon.
Yeah.
And that's how I started carrying a fixed blade. But I started carrying a fixed blade more or less because a liner lock can fail. I mean, it far and few between, but they can fail.
Oh yeah.
A folding knife in and of itself, that there's weak points in it.
It's a broken knife by design.
Exactly. And I'm not saying that they're going to just fall apart the moment you try to use them. I've beat the tar clean out of a couple of folding knives.
Right.
But for me, I wanted something that I could depend on, something I could rely on. And if I'm, like I said, I work out here on this little farm, and I am trying to make sure I have something to where if I don't have a hand free, then I can grab my knife and I can deal with whatever I'm working on. And I decided to go with a fixed blade. So the first knife I bought was a great, it served its purpose.
Right.
It did not hold an edge very well. For $15, you can't really blame it. But
no,
within like 2 days of me using it, it was done.
For $15, if it holds its shape, you're doing good.
Right. So then I went and I bought the Spyderco Ronin. I really love that knife. All stainless steel, really tough steel. But the problem is it is a true to form self-defense knife.
Okay.
And with it being so hard, hardness means brittle. Whenever the steel is softer, that means it can be worked into an edge a little bit easier.
But it won't hold.
So finding that happy medium, and you're going to be spending good money to get a good knife. And that, I think your grandpappy would be like hard pressed to not tell you, spend good money on a good knife and you'll never have to buy another knife again.
Right.
But
till you get the bug, and then you're just buying them because you like knives.
Exactly. But for me, I went with the fixed blade for several reasons. One, because of hands-free use. Another one, because easier access. Another one, because, I don't really give a flying hoot whether or not I've got a liner lock in my pocket or whatever. I'm not a big folding knife guy.
Right.
So I don't see much use in them. But if I'm going to carry a knife, I'm going to carry a fixed blade.
Right.
It just makes more sense to me.
Now, that said, also, know your own local laws. Our opinion of them aside, it's a safe disclaimer. Some states, some locations do not allow fixed blade knives. We live in Indiana. It's not as free as the founders intended, but I'm sure it's one of the more free states in the union. So,
like, with Indiana, our laws are a little different. It all depends on the length of the knife,
right.
Which, I mean, I guess I can kind of understand, like, maybe not a misdemeanor, but maybe like a ticket, maybe, because, like, you walking through Walmart with a Rambo knife. I mean, that, hey, dude, you're, what are you trying to do, scare people? Like going through, like, a Laura Croft or some shit with 2 friggin' machetes on your back. Like, nah, come on, man. Think about it. We like to apply a lot of common sense with what we're doing, but, don't be a Dave. Don't be a Dave. Don't be a stupid. I mean, if you want to get good gear, get something that's going to actually help you every day. That is why I went with an Esee, because I had put off buying one for so long, and then I found one at a gun show, and I'm just like, screw it. I guess now's the time. I got some cash in my pocket. Let's buy one.
Right.
By the way, I made out like a bandit at that gun show. But
all right, so you have chosen the Esee over the Spyderco. Now, Spyderco, anybody who's looked at knives knows that you're talking hundreds of dollars.
With the Spyderco Ronin, and I really like that knife.
Mm-hmm.
For as big as it is, it weighs about as much as that.
And how much did that Ronin?
About $101. $101 and some change.
Okay, so not as much as some of Spyderco's knives.
But the problem is I think it was 61 Rockwell. Mm-hmm. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm going off of memory here, but that also goes into if you try using it for anything but like filleting a man open, which is what it was originally designed to do. It's designed to be
a people opener.
It's designed to be a box cutter. Comparative to the Esee Izula, the Spyderco Ronin is a big boy. I mean, I know you have handled this knife before, but just in sheer looking at it, it feels mean in the hand. It's super light.
Yeah.
About the same weight, right?
Yeah.
But it is not a utilitarian style knife. By no stretch of the imagination.
No, it's a razor blade.
It is. Like, the designer of this knife, he sat there and he was talking about how he was trying to imitate a box cutter. Because, he put this divot in the spine to where you can get your thumb on there and you can actually dig into somebody using this knife. So my thing is like I was wanting an EDC knife that had a self-defense purpose and practicality, but once again, after we use something long enough, then we decide, we don't want to play with that game no more, and we decide to go with something different.
Right.
So that is the Spyderco Ronin. Maybe we'll do a further video on that later.
I like it a lot. I like the size of it. It checks the boxes I was looking looking for with the CRKT Carbine. I, but it does them all better. It's a stouter blade without feeling unwieldy. It feels better in the hand. Has just that little bit more purchase. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison between this and the Cold Steel mini Bowie knife. I think that that'll be a fairly good comparison because the mini tack Bowie, I think the blade is longer, but the handle is smaller, and this strikes a really good balance between the two, um, between size, concealability, and utility.
Now, like I've said already, and like I've got 3 knives, and the first one I gave it to some kid because he was trying to get into carrying a fixed blade like I did.
Right.
So I've kind of rolled through some of the punches, and I've found some things I like and some things I don't. Here is one of them that I would really like to try carrying, but I can't find anybody that can make a good sheath for it.
Right, and that goes back to the sheath that comes with them is usually not a sheath that you're going to want to carry.
So this one is a kernel blade, and I know we're kind of getting out into the weeds a little bit, but I mean, who doesn't like talking about guns and knives, right?
Liberals.
Yeah, good point.
Liberals. But you can use their tiers on your whetstone.
Good point. Very good point. So this one is a kernel blade. I believe this is the NCO. Yes, it is the NCO. So it has this loop here in the middle for your finger to go through. Not like that, of course, but for your finger to go through, and then ratcheting it up into your hand. Now, the idea behind this was a utilitarian blade mixed with a self-defense blade.
Right.
So the blade itself, you can actually get on, you can cut stuff, you can actually like utilize it like it is a good utility knife. But taking out all of the BS of, knife fighting, right? So ducking and slashing and all that other good stuff. Most people, it takes years for them to get into a rhythm and a good point in a martial art to where they can actually effectively use and execute using a knife.
Right.
Now, for the
don't get into a knife fight.
For all those dudes who have that experience, tally ho, man. Like, I don't want to get into a pig sticking match with you, but for all of us that can't, this was the answer. And it is an interesting concept because if you can throw a punch, you can stick somebody with this.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's just super natural. We played with that once out, just kind of not shadow boxing, if you will. We definitely
not trying to stab each other.
No.
It does come with a trainer. That is what he's trying to talk about.
Right.
It comes with a training blade, which is basically this part right here down, and it's plastic. I actually carry that on my keychain as an impact tool in the event that I need to utilize something.
Yeah, pain is a universal language.
Huh?
Pain is a universal language.
It very much is.
And you can inflict pain without causing permanent damage, and it's very concentrated.
Training tools and impact tools are great ways to defend yourself without causing a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Now,
John Lovell talked about that with Craig from Shivworks on a video. I'll probably put a card up here. You guys should watch that.
Interesting fact. What was his name?
Craig.
So I was actually watching one of the videos that he put out with that that one little shiv that he's got.
The clinch pick.
And that was actually part of the reasoning as to why I started carrying horizontal scout.
Gotcha.
Is because if I need to get to it, I can just get to it, and I don't have to mess with it. It's a very natural draw. I'm right-hand dominant anyway, and even if left-handed, I can still get to it,
right,
and it's right there. So if I have somebody on me and I need them to get off, I can't get to my gun, I can stick them with this a few times, and that'll make them think twice.
It's a space maker.
It is. It very much is. Whenever you're picking a EDC knife, you want to pick something that's going to be universal for you. Now, carrying multiple knives, Blair's had to carry 2 to fill the need for 2 different roles. The reason I'm giving him this one is hopefully that will alleviated a little bit with a good product, that he's not going to need 2 knives anymore. You're just going to dilute it down to one, and then you'll have more pocket space to shove tourniquets and bullets and, maybe a new tactical pen whenever we get to my
Yeah.
EDC video. It's
Yeah.
the video that you didn't know you wanted.
Yeah, Cody's got some cool stuff in his EDC. You guys really liked my EDC video. He's been in the EDC game a lot longer. He's got a little bit larger network, and he has picked up some really cool tips and tricks. You're gonna want to check that out. Stay tuned, and yeah, I'll tell you what. Actually, that's a good time for me to remind you guys that if you'd like to help out the channel, smash that thumbs up button. Go ahead and click subscribe and ring the notification bell. That way when we get his EDC video up, you'll know about it. Also, if you would like to get some tactical review gear, you can go over to store.tacreview.com. You can get yourself some shirts, some of the aforementioned stickers. Of course, we're going to send you a free one with every shirt you buy, but you can buy extras, and we've even got waterproof stickers if you want to slap one on your car. Or if you're not about stickers on your car, you want to go a little bit more gray, man, slap them on your ammo cans, and if it starts pouring while you're at the range, your stickers will survive.
Or you can put it on your coffee mug and then throw that bitch in the friggin' dishwasher.
There you go.
I don't know if it'll do that or not, but I just made a claim.
We'll
definitely find out whenever we have a bunch of pissed off viewers. We do not guarantee that it will not come off in the dishwasher after you have washed it 15 times or even one time.
Correct.
But at your own peril or at your own benefit, standing around the water jug at work with your beautiful mug and then drinking with your tactical review sticker, pointing out to all of your coworkers and expressing to them how big of a fan you are of this channel.
Hey, you know what they should put in that coffee cup at work?
What type of coffee?
Well, you guys should go to coffee.tacreview.com. That's going to take you to our affiliate link at Defender Coffee. Defender Coffee is what's in my coffee cup every day. I'm a big fan. I go back and forth between the Rebel Roast, because you know I am, and the Chocolate Raspberry, because don't judge me, all right? It's my life and I'll live it. But you guys can head over there. Every product you add to your cart, you can choose between Firearms Policy Coalition, Gun Owners of America, or the Second Amendment Foundation, and all proceeds from the purchase will go to support the organization that you chose. Using the affiliate link also kicks a small commission back to Tactical Review, so you can help us out while you're getting your caffeine fix, because everybody's got to get out of bed in the morning. Unless you work third shift and you get out of bed at night. Same thing. Guys, if you want to support the channel directly, you can do that using Patreon or Subscribestar. Link on the screen and in the description below. You guys can head over there, support the channel directly, get early access to the videos, and just more directly help us out getting accessories and different products to test. If you're not following the channel on social media, that's a thing you should be doing. I will say I'm most active on Instagram, but you can see all of the social media platforms that I utilize up on the screen right now, along with the username. Go check us out. It gives you some behind the scenes looks, because usually when I get cool stuff in, I can't help but snap a picture and put it up there. You'll get some random discussion. Sometimes it gets political, sometimes it's health and fitness, but you've always got access to me through social media. Guys, I appreciate you taking some time to watch today. If we piqued your interest, if there's any other blades you'd like to see, if you'd like to see us go head to head, if there's a certain test you'd like to see us do with a knife, go ahead and let us know down in the comment section. Until next time, shoot straight, stay safe.
And tally ho. I do need a penny. That is an old wives' tale. I don't give knives without a penny, so
I'll find a penny.
Don't forget to give me a penny before you leave. But so
You trade a coin for a knife, or the knife cuts the friendship.
remember that.